get some, give me a hunting license.
Stretched out yet?
Not yet, but had an opportunity the other night.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
Hey,
What, you almost get one?
Yeah, pretty close.
Mike, tell us what happened, yeah.
I was up at stand number 1, and after I'd been on stand for a while, had a little cracking and popping off to the right there, and a nice big red one came walking in there.
A big red one?
A big one. How big was it? 200?
25.
Nice bear.
I didn't think that had a 90-inch head on it, so.
You what? Didn't think it had a 90-inch head on it?
Yeah.
What do you do? Take your calipers along?
Well,
Anyway, what happened?
anyway, it came on into the bank, kind of sniffed around, and had a little problem with the tree stand popping and snapping. She looked up a couple times, or he or she, and went on over there to the bank, kind of sniffed around over there. Went in and gave me a perfect shot. And I had a full draw on her, and then decided to pass it up. May have been a mistake. It was a pretty nice pair, but
You know those who pass up
Yeah.
sometimes go down, but that's okay.
true. That's true. Anyway, then after I let the draw back up, kind of ate a little bit more, and kind of walked up the trail. Right out of the picture.
Oh, man.
And another one.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, and about a couple minutes later, another one, a little smaller one, came in.
2 bears, seems like.
How much later?
Just a couple minutes.
Oh, really? Wow. Sound like you're having fun.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, let's get some of this gear and bait unloaded, and maybe we can get an evening hunt in, huh?
Yeah, or maybe we'll have to rebate those others.
Sure.
For the evening, okay?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's review Jim's baiting tips. Bear must find your bait and establish a routine, so start baiting 3 to 4 weeks prior to your hunt. Time and effort are required to bait bear. In a week, several bear can consume up to 300 pounds of bait at each location. Bears are like people. Give them at least 3 different choices of food. They love pastries, meat scraps, bacon grease, and apples. Contact restaurants, donut shops, bakeries, and meat processing plants for a good supply of bait. You may need to pass up smaller bear if you want to bag a big one. Bear have an excellent sense of smell, so who knows? Maybe they can smell that leaf fall.
Here, Steve, why don't you grab this 5-gallon bucket of molasses here, Larry. And Steve, let's take a few of these bacon rinds in here for some scent.
Okay.
We'll throw a few bags of bread in the base. Sure. Let's throw a few of these in here. We gotta make darn sure we take these plastic sacks out. So so we don't make a mess.
Yeah, we don't want to leave that stuff out there. What do you do with the bacon rind?
Yeah, we'll
Really?
yeah, it's pretty much just an attractor, really. Use these for them to quench their appetite, pretty much. That'll be enough for now, first time in anyway. Start.
You pulp it in. Let's go to the store.
Yeah. Hey, here's a good log we can use to trough that bait.
Yeah.
I don't think I've hunted country where the weather seemed to change so much as here.
Yeah. Probably be a good night for sitting on the stand though.
Well, looks like we've got a little activity here anyway. I think maybe we better trough this bait here a little bit so we can get that bear cornered in at the right angle.
You need profit.
Well, that way so that,
I mean, put the logs there.
yeah, right. We'll make a real nice V here and move this bait in a little bit
Maybe like
tighter. Yeah,
So when you, oh, I see 4 shoot from there.
yeah, we've got
It'll
a
come
good,
down and get him right angle. Huh?
good angle, so
Okay,
we
good.
get a good double lung shot. We've got good trails coming in down below and behind us here, so probably better pick some logs up. Open up a couple more pieces of this bread.
You gonna pour more molasses on the bread?
Yeah, let's pour some over the top here, let it soak in real good.
Take these bags back out.
Irresistible. Giant Sunday.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to come down.
All right, what we got to do is go check stand number 3. And maybe hunt this tomorrow night.
Okay.
See if we've got any action. We've been in here, spread a little bit of scent here this afternoon, so we'll hunt number 3.
Got all the paraphernalia with the
Yeah, picked up all the bags and everything, so it should be it.
that'll be good enough. Bring me good old bear.
Yeah.
Jim quietly unloads as Mike cautiously slips in to see if there's any bear at the bait. Their plan is to use the team concept: 2 in, burn bacon, and 1 out to fool the bear. Not getting a shot leaves Mike a little disappointed, but he knows with a little patience he should get another opportunity. While he returns to help Jim pack in some more goodies, Larry's enjoying the benefits of baiting bears. Larry D. Jones, 46, and his wife Miriam live in Marcola, Oregon. They have 3 grown children, Angela, Stephen, and Renee. Larry is a veteran bow hunter and loves to call game. He's called and bagged elk, turkey, deer, coyote, bobcat, javelina, and badger. He has harvested black bear by stalking, but this is his first serious attempt to bait bear. Jim and Mike stir molasses into cob. The cob is a mixture of grain and mixed with molasses can be used as bait. Their plan is for the burning bacon to attract the bear, and hopefully the cob and molasses will keep him occupied long enough for a good shot. Mike White, at 23, makes his home near Portland, Oregon. Mike, an experienced rifle hunter, has hunted 5 western states and taken mule and black-tailed deer, antelope, black bear, and elk. Recently, he's become interested in the challenge of bow hunting, and this is his first bow hunt for black bear. Unfortunately, this brown-faced black bear doesn't offer Mike a good angle, so he passes up the shot. Meanwhile, Larry has left his stand to pick up Stephen at a prearranged time.
Where Steve's at? He should have been here by now. Take a look over here. See what I see? Nice black. Oh, he's got nice claws. Long hair. Nice going. Thanks for the bear, huh? Yeah. Excited? Oh, yes. Well, what happened?
Well, I got in my tree stand. I was only up there about a half an hour, and the thing just come over this log.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of looking up my way, so I was trying not to shake too much. And he kind of licked on some bacon rinds, and then well, the angle wasn't quite right when he was licking on the bacon rinds, so then he finally got it to the trough. You know, I waited for him to get in that trough, and the angle's right, so I put my old pin on it where I practiced, you know, and let go, and the arrow just disappeared right into his hide, you know, right about where I wanted it to. And it was a pretty good shot. And so I went down later, found the arrow, and it was stuck into a log, stuck in good.
Wow.
Didn't even slow the arrow down.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's super. Let's get back to truck.
Okay, I'll get my hat.
Okay.
Stephen Jones, 23, and his wife Laura and daughters Molly and Amanda live in Springfield, Oregon, where he is the production manager of Wilderness Sound Productions.
How you going? Hey.
He harvested his first deer at 13 and has bagged elk, mule, and blacktail deer, feral hog, and javelina. This is Stephen's first black bear. Most of the bear are coming to bait in the evening, but since this is Mike's last day, he decides to get up early and be on the stand before daylight.
Well, I got that first bug kill.
All right. Great. Well, what happened?
Well, right from the start when I got in the tree stand this morning, I had bears coming in really good. And one that finally ended up coming in circled, I guess, 2 or 3 times before she decided to show herself. She got down around the front of the bait and snooped around down there a little bit and walked up past the bait up the trail, like where I came in there. And she went right by the trough. The trough didn't work too much on this one here, but she got down there and gave me a pretty good shot. Tried getting drawn her a couple times, but I was just a little anxious since it's the last day I wanted to fill the tag. She moved again, and I got a full draw on her and had to hold it because something caught her attention, and she kind of moved around and I let her fly, and I hit her high in the shoulder, but I think I did a number on her.
All right. Let's go find it and pack it out.
Alrighty.
Oh man, running hard. Oh yeah, there's blood right there. Right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, turn it down this way.
Yeah, here she is. Pile up right down here.
All right, well, here's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nice pair. Congratulations. Where's both
You
y'all?
bet. Boy, she didn't go far, did she?
Nope. That's a nice fit pelt there. Nice coat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, check
Look at there.
out them feet. Woo! Alright.
Nice. Not a bad shot.
Whoa, where's the rest
Here,
of it?
up inside. Here's some of it.
Well, let's get packed on up the hill.
Alright, get her out of here. Like to tag it first, huh?
Yeah.
Just coming over that water bar over there and must have hit it a little bit hard and just popped off the back of the ball there. And the trailer wanted to pass up the pickup, so got a little problem here. We better.
Good thing you sold me this winch well back.
Yeah, right.
Okay, watch the chair fire.
No, that's okay. It'll just take a little. It'll drag down a little bit. As long as I can wait to the side.
Here I got it. She's up in there. I'll pull it from there. Oh. Just a little bit, Jim. You got your safety chain here, yeah. Just go a little bit. Oh, just right. I'll let some extension. A second. Straighten her out. Come straight back about 3 inches. One more. Whoop. Oh, that us. Slide forward just a little bit. Got it.
Let's take a moment to share more information. Many states require hunters to clean up after baiting. Required or not, keep your site clean and remove barrels, bones, and skulls. Crib your bait with logs. Position the crib so the bear will be at the best angle for the shot, broadside or quartering away. Burn bacon, honey, or molasses to attract a bear. Sometimes this will provide quick results. Bang tailgates, slam doors, and talk loudly or whistle as you bait. Do this at the same time each day to establish a routine. Once the bear becomes accustomed to your routine, he becomes vulnerable. Now, use your teamwork and go in noisy. After baiting, burn honey, and then climb quietly into the stand while your partner leaves. Jim Ponciano, 33, lives in Vancouver, Washington with his wife Joan, daughter Shannon, and 2 sons Ty and Jay. He's the general manager of Central 4-Wheel Drive in Portland, Oregon. He is an accomplished bow hunter, and during the past 18 years he has harvested many species of game. 8 of his trophies qualify for entry into the Pope and Young book. His last 3 bear have exceeded the book minimums, which proves he has seriously pursued black bears and knows the techniques for successful baiting.
Jones isn't gonna believe this when I'll feel it. Oh boy, am I embarrassed.
I don't know why Jim's embarrassed. After all, 8 yards is a long shot. I wonder if this story will be shared around the campfire tonight. When in a tree stand, avoid falling and risking serious injury by wearing a safety belt or using a rope and tying yourself to the tree. Bear will often circle the bait to check the wind for danger. When selecting a tree, keep the wind direction in mind. Make sure the wind is blowing away from you and the bait. Larry can hardly believe it. Here's a second brown bear. He's sure it's a different one because it doesn't have the high water line on its side. Always aim for the lungs. Mortally wounded animals usually expire within seconds. Do not attempt to track a wounded animal immediately, because it'll probably get spooked and run off, which makes recovery more difficult. Wait 30 minutes to 1 hour before you start tracking. Larry has been waiting over 30 minutes. This has allowed him to calm down, collect his thoughts, and make it easier to find his trophy.
All right.
Oh boy, it's pretty. Nice bear. Oh. Boy, Jim sure knows how to bait these bears. Oh, I tell you, this is a pretty bear. Boy, he's probably not poking younger, but got nice paws on him. Whoa. Good sized bear. Boy, you get so plush. This will make a nice mount.
Let's pause once again for more information. One of the keys to finding bear is water. As you have seen, many of these bear are wet. Obviously, they've been laying in a creek or pool. Bubbly creeks can also cover slight sounds or noises which could be made as you prepare to shoot. When selecting a bait site, make sure there is water nearby. Bear can be dangerous, so before approaching, be careful and cautiously watch for movement. Poke him with a stick or your bow tip to make sure he is completely dead. Bear can come to bait any time, but the majority will come during the last 2 hours of daylight. If you do get a shot just before dark, you'll find it essential to carry a good flashlight and have lanterns available so you can find and care for your trophy.
Really pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country.
One of the things that, you know, I think I'm starting to understand, but in Idaho, it seems to me like when you were looking for bait sites or areas that you want to bait, and to me that's been confusing in my mind for where should I put my bait. You're looking for moisture, you're looking for remote areas where it's hard to access, and maybe even using the national forest boundaries or state parks and putting your bait right on the edge of it so you can pull the bears out of those areas where other people can't hunt.
Well, and again, with hound hunting, they're a little bit hesitant to turn their dogs loose, so essentially we're hunting undisturbed bears.
Now we're working here in Washington, and how are you going to pick the exact stand location? And what are we going to look for when we get there?
Well, I'll walk in and look for a bench or a little bit of a saddle that will most likely allow the scent from the bait to disperse as much as possible.
Into a large draining
Into a large
area, at least.
Into a large area. I would say probably the second most important thing looking for a stand would be to make sure that your stand is placed in a position to where that bear feels very comfortable about coming in. He feels secure going to the bait, but there has to be a lot of cover.
They like that brush and stuff for security.
You bet.
Since those bears certainly in scent checking, I noticed that in a couple of stands they did that before they came in the bait. I think one of the keys of looking at your stands, you pick a ridge or a little bench that drops off real sharp, and you put your stand up high so that the wind will blow over the bears as they come in. Lots of times, it seems like most of them are coming in from the lower end.
Right. Generally, you'll want the bear to come in from the bottom if at all possible, because they've got such sensitive noses that if they get anywhere near and even playing with you, unless you've got a definite, dominant prevailing wind, they're going to wind you.
Evidently, Jim, you do some things or
research or something before you go in the bear area, because I know that we was definitely hunting undisturbed bears here in Idaho by the amount of bears that come in. I mean, it's just tremendous. So what exactly do you do?
Well, probably the first thing is to call, especially if you're going to hunt out of state. It wouldn't matter if it was Idaho, Colorado, or anywhere out in the west that allowed baiting, to call a game department office and ask for a bio that happens to have possibly done a study on bears or knows anything in particular about the actual bear count in a specific unit that will get you headed in the right direction. You can go into an area, you can notice some red flag trees.
What do you mean red flag trees?
Well, we refer to them as a red flag tree. What happens is the bear, when it comes out of hibernation, he goes and he'll peel a fir or cedar tree, generally 12 to 18 inches in diameter. And after generally a year's period of time, that particular tree will die.
So you look for red flag trees, and that tells you bears have been here in the spring or the year before, and that's probably they'll be in basically the same area.
Well, that's pretty much all the baiting techniques in a nutshell. There's really no secret to it other than putting out a whole lot of bait in the right spot.
I think what you're saying is we got about 600 pounds of bait to get out. Let's get with it.
We've got about 3 hours to do it.
In roadless areas, houndsmen can lose their dogs or have difficulty finding them. Therefore, they usually choose other areas to hunt. This road that Jim is maneuvering his rig down is on the edge of a large roadless area. As you can see, the roughness of this road would discourage most hunters. This is the kind of spot Jim likes to hunt, so if he finds some bear sign, he'll put out bait. Jim finds some bear scat. The diameter indicates that it's a large bear, so he'll locate a good spot away from the road to put out bait.
I noticed while I was in here baiting last weekend that this barrel's actually probably twisted around a little bit of a wrong angle for this particular tree stand, so we probably should move it.
Why do you want to move it?
Well, the bears have moved it around actually, and I haven't changed it since, but with the angle of the stand that we've got here, we're probably ought to move it around the tree a little bit so that we've got a broadside shot or slightly quartering
Well,
way.
you don't lay down in front of them, just pull it up.
Right,
So you got to pull around here, huh?
right.
Okay. That enough, you think?
Just a little bit more if you can.
How far is that, you think, from the stand to here?
Oh, I'd say it's about 12 yards. You think you can hit one at 12 yards?
I hope so.
If you don't, you sure don't want to tell your buddies back at the archery range. Otherwise, it might be a good time to start your own archery club.
That's right.
I don't think Jim ever did tell Larry the story about missing the bear.
You want to take it clear around?
Yeah, we've got probably 300 pounds of bait total. Apples and meat scraps and pastries, so that ought to be enough to hold for a couple days anyway.
Maybe 3 at the max, huh?
Yeah. Tony, I know you've taken deer and elk with a bow before, but bear hunting's a little bit different, so there's a couple things I want to go over with you. You're going to probably have a little bit more time to shoot when you're sitting in a tree stand when a bear's on the bait. So one of the first things you might want to do is take your shoes off so you're quiet once you get in the stand. When the bear actually comes in, if we have one come in, don't be in too big of a hurry to shoot him, because you want to let that bear commit to the bait. If you get an opportunity to shoot, don't be overly concerned about putting that arrow too tight to the shoulder. You can shoot a bear as far back as probably 8 to 10 inches and still get a good double lung hit.
That's right. You know, I thought I hit that one in Idaho too far back. A shot and the arrow went almost in the center of the body, I thought, and I caught both lungs. He just went a short distance.
After you hit the bear, make sure that if the bear goes out of sight, just stay real quiet and listen for a while.
Well, Jim, if I make a good hit on the bear, I know it's a good hit, do you think it's wise for me to track the bear, or do you think I should just come on down to the rig and wait for you guys to come out of the woods?
Well, it might be a good idea to climb out of the stand. I think Larry and we ought to be here by just shortly after dark, and we'll give you a hand. Most people like a little extra security backup, so to speak, if you need it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Tim, you take 250 pounds, and I'll take the other 50. We'll get this.
Oh, that sounds fair.
You grab your boat, Tim.
Right.
Tony Lynn and her husband Chuck live in Clackamas, Oregon. They have 2 grown daughters and 2 grandchildren. She works part-time for the school district, and the remainder of her time is spent in their business, Wendy Lindy's Bow Hunting and Archery. Tony started bow hunting in 1971 and has taken badger, mule deer, black-tailed deer, and elk. She expresses her love for hunting and nature through her talent as a wildlife artist. Tony's excitement turns into disappointment. The bear never comes to the bait. She won't give up though. Tony will sit in the stand every evening until she gets her bear, or the season ends. Don't try to carry your bow when you climb the tree. Use a cord to pull it up, so if you happen to fall, you won't fall on a sharp arrow. Tracking a bear is difficult. Their padded feet leave very little track, and their fat and long hair easily plug wounds. Jim has waited half an hour. Proceeding slowly, he's careful not to step on a sign as he looks for blood, tracks, and disturbed vegetation which indicate the direction the bear traveled.
I need to come face to face with that bear in here. All right, there he is. All right, what a beauty. Oh, his head must make pooping young minimum. Gee, he must weigh 350 pounds. Oh, great. Oh, this pad. Well, it must be 5.5, 6 inches anyway. Makes all that work worth the effort now.
Tony has followed Jim's suggestion and has removed her shoes. Bear have very keen hearing, so before you hunt, you should fix any noises your bow, quiver, or arrow rest might make. Wear quiet clothing so the bear won't hear your clothing rustle as you move. Wait until the bear has relaxed and all of his attention is on eating before lifting your bow or rifle into position. Tony could have legally shot either of these bear, but she chose not to because of the cub. Two days later, the state of Washington closed all state lands because of extreme fire danger. Naturally, Tony would like to have bagged a bear, but she was satisfied to have just had the chance to enjoy the other benefits of hunting. Benefits like getting away from the fast pace of business, relaxing in the fresh air, listening to the melodies of nature, viewing gorgeous scenery, beautiful flowers, and magnificent animals are all a part of the hunting experience. Jim, Larry, Mike, Steve, and Tony all agree. Watching the delight of a cub as he paws apples from the barrel can turn any bear hunt into the ultimate bear hunt. Hold on a second, don't touch that rewind button. You want to see these exciting scenes from our other hunting videos.